Okay, well, which Owen, Devin, thanks for being here, boys. We're starting a little bit late here today because once again, uh, my wonderful technical director, Whiskey Bonded Jr. We changed up a bunch of the equipment, and he left me a little high and dry with some of the equipment. I'm scrambling, but at least we're here. We're here. We're back on it. You can see the camera's a little out. It has been a crazy couple of weeks since we've been on live again. So hold on, we're gonna adjust just a tiny bit. Watch the camera go a little nutty. What's up, Frankie? What's going on? Okay, so yeah, you guys just bear with me a second. Can you guys hear me okay? Sound seems okay from my end, but obviously it's a little hard to tell. I just got sound levels and stuff, but it seems like it's okay. We're going to get rolling here. I do have some stuff I want to talk about, you guys. Some stuff happening, not just in the Whiskey Bonded world, but in... thank you, Devin. But in Whiskey World in general, I don't know if you guys saw today the announcement of Westward. I'm sure you guys saw it. I posted it, and for the 7 of you that are here... So Westward filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Thomas Mooney, the CEO, obviously is trying to make it sound like it's a positive thing. It seems like it's something that's necessary in restructuring. It makes a lot of sense. They actually have, and I got my notes over here, they've actually got a lot of whiskey, something like $25 million worth of forward projected revenues sitting in barrels. And I am absolutely sure that if you have that much of your revenue tied up in these sitting whiskey barrels and you don't have the income coming in, now you've got a revenue issue. And you have to have revenue to operate. And it's one of those things where you got to think down the road. I mean, obviously, Westward is not one that's putting out, 15-year product. But you still got to think down the road a few years. And I think that's what they're doing, hopefully. The restructuring bankruptcy is just their attempt to try and say, look, if we're going to keep this thing going, we don't have the revenue coming in. We've got to seek new financing, and they're going to do some restructuring to try and get the health of the business up and survive and move on. It's like I was telling somebody today. It's not unlike what happened in cars back in 2007. Had a lot of dealerships go under, a lot of dealerships tighten their belt, and it really just kind of separated the wheat from the chaff, as they say. And I think it's going to be good for whiskey in general. The strong ones will survive and come out the other side better with a larger share of the new market, whatever shape that's going to be, whatever size that's going to be. And we're going to lose some people. We're definitely going to lose some distillers. I will tell you one that I'm a little worried about here in a minute. Let a few more people check in. But we are not on TikTok tonight because my son... left me hanging a little bit, and for some reason the TikTok interface is not working. I don't know why. I was assuming that he would know why if he was here, but he's not here. Maybe Mrs. Whiskey Bonded will be joining us here in a little bit, and maybe she'll be piping in, and she can give some input as to what she thinks about a few things, and we can talk about some stuff. I'm gonna fresh crack some stuff. I think it may be kind of fun to fresh crack some stuff. I'm also going to revisit the Westward Solera blend today. Now that it's breathed a little bit, kind of let you guys know what I think about that. I do have a distillery that I don't know if you guys are even going to know about, if you're even going to know who they are. So I'm going to be curious to see what you guys think about that. And we are getting a lot closer to being able to have some people in the lives, streaming in the lives. We've got a new computer setup that's going to give us the power that we need to add the second camera here in the studio for when somebody is joining us, and also to be able to pull in Discord or Zoom call-in. So for the patrons, Owen, Devin, Frankie, you guys that are here, you're going to be put on the spot pretty soon. Pretty soon in the future, you guys are going to be coming on as guests. We're going to be able to see and hear you if you want to. If you want to. What's going on? Louis the Fourth. Dope screen name. So you guys will be able to come on and we're going to be able to kind of talk, because I want to talk to some of you guys about your personal collections and kind of what you like, what you think. You guys, if you have some questions, put them in the chat. There's not too many of us here, so I'm going to go a little informal. Obviously, without TikTok on the stream, we don't have the kind of volume of watchers. I think it's going to take a little bit of time for the YouTube to kind of build up And we may have to we have to do some value adding and adding some new features. I don't know if you guys saw Bruzel added a game show style, which is kind of a cool idea. I'm not going to steal it, but I do want to have some people on. We're going to have some guests and some distillers on, maybe some people that are working for distilleries. Even though I don't know about you guys, but there are a lot less people working for distilleries than there were a few weeks ago. I just heard of more than one distillery layoff part or all of their sales staff. I talked to what's going on, Pete. I just talked to Garrison Brothers. We actually got the new Ladybird, by the way. I'm excited to crack into that. I probably won't do that on the live because I'm not going to try to open up a dipped bottle on the live. What's up, Drew Cypher? Do you think Garrison Brothers Honeydew is worth the money? Ooh, that is a very good question. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to answer that question. I promise you. I want to... Oh, hold on. Real live moment here. Yeah. Don't leave, Drew. Don't leave, buddy. I'm going to answer that question for you. But... very unprofessional. Oh, I'm clanging bottles. Okay, sorry. Gotta grab some stuff. So Honeydew. So you guys probably saw Drew. Thanks for asking that question, but hopefully you didn't leave it me going off the screen a little bit. I'm sure that's very unprofessional. I'm gonna get booted out of the professional YouTube live guild for doing stupid shit like that. You guys probably saw my honey board, my national honey board videos. Thank you, buddy. What's up, Tap? What's going on? The live honey board videos that I did with the 3 different things from the Slow and Low from Hofstadter's, the Cooper's Mark, and the Wild Turkey Honey Sting, which actually is really interesting, the Sting, if you haven't had it. But we did that. The honey board reached out to me. They wanted some input as to how to do something. I thought they were really cool people, and I'm like, listen, I'll help you out. Let's do it. If you'll send me the whiskey, we'll talk about the honey, the National Honey Board's best honey whiskeys. The people who picked the honey whiskeys were not whiskey drinkers, so they just picked it based, and that makes a lot of sense if you try these things. What's up, Matthew Robbins? I'll answer that question for you, brother. Weller 12. If you try those things and you think you're not a whiskey drinker, it makes kind of sense. But it doesn't make sense. They didn't put things in like the Garrison Brothers Honeydew. And I brought this out because Drew just asked me if I think it's worth it. I guess that depends on how much you're paying for it. So here's what Honeydew is. If you like Garrison Brothers Wheated Bourbons, which I actually do like, I get when people don't like it. It has a very distinctive flavor to it. They did this at 80 proof and then added in, based on Nancy Garrison's direction, they added in the honey infusion from a local honey grower. Specifically put honey into it. Not like I need a proper nosing glass. Oh, good news. We do have whiskey bonded glasses coming. Finally. We're getting very close on that. This is... What's up, Chef Chris? So, I like Honeydew. I think it's interesting. I know it's Mrs. Whiskey Bonded's least favorite. She just walked into the room, by the way.
Hi.
If you can get this bottle for a reasonable price, it's definitely worth trying. I think it's pretty interesting. It basically really does taste like small batch with a little bit of like honeycomb put into it. Do you want to give that a tester? Pull it towards you. There. Go ahead and say something.
Check. 1, 2, 3.
No, not the breathy voice. Your normal talking voice. We need to know if we have an echo. You guys gotta listen to an echo.
Okay.
Okay. What's up, Rick's House of Bourbon? I do want to say, Chef Chris. I actually read Chef Chris and Owen's questions to Bruce Russell at the Wild Turkey thing. For most people, this is not going to be worth buying. I hate to say that because I love Garrison Brothers. I like this. Mrs. Whiskey Bonnet does not like it. I would not roll the dice on this given the price point. If you get a chance to try it or you have somebody who has it, it's super interesting. And I actually do enjoy it for what makes it different, but I don't reach for it very often. Oh, what's up? Garrett just checked in. Said it sounds like the voice of reason, loud and clear. Cool. It sounds like we've actually got our freaking sound working. So Mrs. Whiskey Bonnet is going to set a soda right next to the computer.
Where am I supposed to set it?
I know we need. It's fine. It's fine. Just because I still place the computer just keep getting bigger. Here, sit right there. Is it better? Do you reach it there better? Or over there better? There you go. All right. We're sorry. We were shifting. So Matthew Robbins asked, "Is Weller 12 worth the hype and worth trying to find?" I really like Weller 12 a lot. I like the Weller stuff, and despite all of the hate that it gets for being tater bottles and for being hyped up, and there's a lot of it. So to be fair, the Weller 12 for what you see it sometimes for the $200 mark, $250 mark. Don't buy that. Don't buy that. See, Rick's gonna say yes, Weller 12, but Rick can get Weller 12 for a reasonable price, and if you can get Weller 12 for a reasonable price, I say under $125, you should absolutely buy it. It's actually really, really delicious. I enjoy it a ton. But I would not pay north of, let's say if you really had to go to 150, I would not pay north of 150 for this bottle. Unfortunately, we did have it on Bonded Bottle Shop, bondedbottleshop.com. I did have it on Bonded Bottle Shop for a somewhat reasonable price for a while. I don't know if we have any left, but I did have it for a little while. Yeah, Rick, I love that Chef Chris has checked in here. So if you guys didn't see, I actually got a whole bunch of questions from the patrons for the Wild Turkey promotional thing with Bruce Russell, and the questions from the patrons was a lot of them on a Patreon post, and I picked a couple of them out. And Chef Chris, I think Chef Chris actually asked the alien question, which I thought was pretty good. It's sold out. Well, hey Matthew, we'll try and get some more in there. I was just having a conversation with somebody else today about the bottle shop, and again, it's going to continue to be one of those things. I could put Weller 12 in it right now today, but not for a price. I'd feel ooky about you buying it. I'm not going to put it on there for $250. I mean, you can get that anywhere. You don't need me for that if you're going to pay that kind of money for it. I don't know. There's something about the Honeydew I do like. It's definitely different. So let's talk about a couple things I wanted to talk about. Do we ship to Tennessee? RB. Tennessee is one of the 4 states we don't ship to, but I expect Tennessee to come back. Utah, Michigan, not a chance. Never coming back. Tennessee, maybe. It's your guys' fault. It's a Tennessee law issue.
Let me see that. I want to taste it again.
Well,
Now that it's been a while. No.
Oh, the Honeydew. Okay, so Mrs. Whiskey Bonnet is going to try Honeydew like live as we speak. We don't have the camera for Mrs. Whiskey Bonnet yet because I haven't got it set up yet, but we are going to have a camera on that corner here soon. Oh, you guys see that?
No, we're not.
Everybody noticed the larger, wider, fancier display? It's not that different, but we wanted to add some stuff.
The invisible voice behind.
I know. The breathy voice of reason in the background.
I think it's the...
Go ahead.
There's something on the nose that is not pleasant to me on this.
Because there's an earthiness to not just the wheat, but also to the honeycomb. Because it really is kind of a honeycomb infusing. It says honey, but it's more of a honeycomb because it kind of has a kind of an earthiness to it, which I don't think the honey actually has. Honey's very sweet and not medicinal. I always forget to grab my glasses. I do want to revisit this. So, what are your thoughts on the honey there? Honey. What's your thoughts on the honey?
No,
honey?
honestly, it's not as bad as I remember it.
Glowing review.
Because I tasted it first when we opened it, like, fresh.
Okay.
So I wonder if it's sitting a little bit
I think that Garrison Brothers benefits from a little breathing.
But there's still something on the nose on this one that is just not a pleasant note to me specifically.
Do you think that it is the wheated mash and the Texas terroir funk or the honey?
I think it might be the wheat because that's kind of what I'm getting. It's almost like that, that like wet hay kind of.
That's the wheated Texas terroir funky.
Yeah, but see, like when I drink the Cowboy, I don't get it.
It doesn't really have it though. Here, so
Ladybird, I don't really get it either.
Chris, well, because the cognac and so Chris made the comment. I need a mic on the back shelves for when I turn around. That I do. I'll just try and keep in mind that I'm doing that. Here, smell this. We're doing a Texas. Here, smell that. Do you get that same funk on that? I know it's out of the bottle, where it's not an official nosing glass. Is Baumburger PFG worth $250? I did have the Baumburger PFG.
It's hard. I'd have to pour it out.
Ian, I don't have glasses.
There's a glass behind you.
Let's just forget it. Glasses. Okay, here. We're gonna do this.
Pour a little bit.
We're doing a tiny bit of a funk. Yeah, Rick, if you're paying, Baumburger's worth that. I thought the Baumburger's PFG was really, really delicious. But a $250 is going to continue to be a hard price point for me to say yes, it's worth it. What's up, Jeff? What's going on? The PFG should not be that much. In fact, I tried to get PFG for the shop, but I couldn't even get it for $250. Yeah, we're talking about the Westward. I'm gonna revisit the Westward Solera cask here from Kitsap Whiskey in just a minute because I think this is one we're not talking enough about. I figured it was a good time to do it with Westward's bankruptcy. They're gonna be okay.
You know what? I think it's the combination of the two.
Okay.
The Honeydew.
Okay.
Because it's funny because on this one, which one was that?
The small batch.
The small batch, I'm getting it more on the palate than I am on the nose. And the other one is the other way around. I'm getting it more on the nose than the palate.
Yeah, the honeydew, the funkiness of the honey infusing on the honeydew comes mostly in the nose. I think the palate on the honeydew is pleasant, but the nose is a little off-putting. Well, because you don't really
That's
who
what it
sniffs
is.
honey. It's kind of freaking weird. Okay, so
I mean, honey smells good though.
yeah, but even honey, if you smell honey, it doesn't have the same kind of sweetness to it as it does on your palate. It has a different type of earthy type, kind of natural dirt earthy flower pollen. Like you ever lick a flower, it's sweet, but it's
How was
also
that
kind of
again?
earthy. Yeah, I know. Being a little dramatic. Hey, listen, we haven't been live in like a month, so I'm kind of excited. So I do want to, in honor of Westward, and I know we're all pulling for Westward. So, in honor of Westward, I have the Westward. This is the Kitsap whiskey, Westward Solera, single malt. I'm going to revisit this. I cracked it open fresh crack, very very nice. I cracked it open on a revisit, and it got a little bit better. This is a lot more light and pleasant than the other Kitsap whiskey picks. So, Love Miles is amazing. The new one that we only have a couple bottles left of it. Best of the Briefcase, so bold, so big, huge fruit notes. I really really enjoy it, but it is a lot, right? Sometimes I don't want to drink something that's that bold. This one is just lighter. It's more delicate. I mean, it's really is a beautiful. Yeah, that one has just got these. It still has single malt to it, but it leads with these beautiful bright fruit notes. I'm gonna be curious as I get like apricot.
You definitely get fruit on the nose.
Yeah, I get apricot, little tangerine orange kind of. The one I got today was 142 plus tax, but I have another store that has 2 for 250. You're talking about the BFG. Listen, 142 I'd buy the Bombergers, Rick, but 250 I don't think I would. You don't like single malts.
I'm not
You
a
get the
fan.
fruit in the front. You get the fruit in the front though.
It just definitely has that scotch note to me that I don't love.
If you like single malts, this is a super unique because it comes out of that Solera that makes up the.
Oh my god, you know what I just got on that?
What's
Like
that?
it hit me kind of on the back end. This is gonna sound really weird, but the way that pot smells, that's what I'm tasting. Do you get what I'm saying? Weed. Like I'm tasting weed in my mouth right now.
I get why you would say that because of some of that malt, that kind of dank earthiness that comes
Straight
with
up
malt.
weed. Like I just ate.
I get why you would say that. Now,
died
thank you.
bad.
You've just ruined Westward for me. No, I'm just kidding. Chris is talking about the Still Austin pick from Bottle Shop. I cannot wait to get that Still Austin pick. I still have the sample that we did when we did the blend. We're talking about the Kitsap Whiskey Still Austin Rye, Cast Strength Rye blend. It was absolutely killer then. I've heard it's gotten better. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. I know Owen cracked his open. Haven't got mine yet. A lot of times I'll delay to make sure you guys get yours first. But Owen is saying I prefer the Briefcase of Solera is good, but it's too light for me. That's exactly it, though, Owen. The best of the Briefcase is that big, punchy, like you can sip tiny bits of it and just get big flavors and really take your time with it. This one is more of a lighter, easier. When I want to drink a single malt, I like the Westward nose, but I don't necessarily feel like getting punched in the mouth. It is also a lower proof at 94. The other ones from Kitsap Whiskey Picks are like in the 126 range, I believe. Yeah, Tab says the best of the Briefcase, hands down one of my favorite bottles ever. You guys, if you didn't get a best of the Briefcase Westward single malt from Kitsap Whiskey on bondandbottleshop.com, you're freaking missing out. There's only like a dozen or 14 bottles left. It's a little expensive at $115, but if you like American single malts, if you like Westward, you're really hard pressed to find anything better. I think it's better than Milestone. It's better than his last one that he put out. It's really fantastic.
Are you doing TikTok or no?
No. My IT team, they let me down again. I wish
Where are
you
you
would see I
reading
give
the
them so much
comments from
shit. YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, we're only on YouTube.
Am I not seeing all the comments?
Yeah, I think you have to turn your screen sideways.
Oh, I see them, but
Dime bag equals fun times.
see, I'm not getting any of those.
Where are you at? Are you behind or ahead? What are we doing at? Closer to... I don't know.
Isn't live chat live? So
I don't see that. It should be, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
She's
exit
on
out.
top messages, not all. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what do you. So I just saw. I wonder if I'm behind or if you're behind. Owen is saying, I know she's talking about it's the Northwest Funk from Westward. I get hoppy notes. Oh, like hoppy notes in an IPA. That's a good.
For me, it was straight up weed.
Oh, who's got your tickets to Off the Rails Whiskey Festival?
Wait, who said the top messages thing? How do you change that?
She's on top messages, not all. I am not looking at. I apologize. I don't know. I saw a Redwood Empire message in there.
Someone
I didn't
help
see it.
me out. How do you change the top messages to all?
Here's a little pull down. All messages are visible. Booyah.
Is it the little lines? Oh, there it is. All messages. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Got it. Filter settings. I'm not a big ASM fan, but I really enjoy the Kitsap Solera pick. Yeah, see, I'd say the Squatching and Watching, we'll come back to the Off the Rails here in just a second, but I'd say that if you are a fan of single malts, but you're just dibbling into it, you haven't had a whole lot of single malts, you've had Redwood Empires, Foggy Burl, some of those like that. This would be a good bridge single malt into some of the punchier stuff. Westward brings a freaking level of flavor that isn't really that common, I don't think, on single malts. It's a level of flavor that I only get on like cask strength scotches with a little more age, typically. So Rodney has a fair question, Bub. Is it dank weed or like hay or crappy weed?
I'd say dank weed.
We only mess with the dankest weed around here. Yeah, so you guys, why don't you put in the chat, what are you guys drinking? What's everybody drinking right now? Poppy. Oh, you're drinking Poppy. She's drinking Poppy. I thought you called me Poppy. I'm like, Chulo?
Not Pappy.
Oh, not Pappy. He says it's a Snoop Dogg 420 note. Joyce, I am drinking the Westward, Kitsap Whiskey Westward Solera cast Monroe Stout blend. The names are a little bit much on these things. Bowman Brothers Small Batch. That's a good one. I like the Bowman Brothers.
Is that the BSK Westward collab? Could be. Does it say BSK on that bottle?
It's not that dank. It would have little bits of like char floating in it and shake. Old vs. King Ranch,
It would have a
107
bud
pick.
floating in it.
Little bud floated, but like a just a shake, just some nasty, nothing sticky, icky.
From the carpet?
Yeah. Jack 12, LaCroix. Garrett's drinking LaCroix. He must be at work. Penelope 4-grain, Ben Holiday. This is good timing. Speaking of Penelope 4-grain, you guys, if you're fans of single malts, Westward Kitsap Whiskey Picks are still in bottom bottle shop. The best of briefcase is almost gone. That's a good one. Let's crack this open.
Who came up with these names?
Colby and Miles from Westward.
What was the first one? Miles what?
So, To John Love Miles is a tribute to the distiller and the either master distiller or the owner. I'm not sure what the roles there are. I know Miles is the distiller that Kitsap picks with. The best of the briefcase comes from Miles brought a briefcase full of samples for Colby, and it was the best one. So, best of the briefcase.
That's cool.
I don't know the Monroe Stout blend. I think was just because it's Miles's Solara pyramid or whatever, but
Miles, is that who we met?
Yeah, Miles is the guy with the cool glasses and the crazy facial hair. Yeah, we did meet him.
No, I didn't.
Met him on. No, I've talked to him on video. We didn't meet him.
I was like, I didn't meet him.
Okay, so we're gonna pop the. I'm gonna pop the Penelope Weeded. I brought this up because it is a 4-grain. Focus, yes, son of a bitch. A 4-grain weeded. I've not had this yet. I heard it's really, really good. It is at bondedbottleshop.com, which is where I got it. But it is a 95 proof, non-chill filtered, weeded. It's cheap, which was appealing to me. So here we go. Ugh.
Yeah,
Clean but light. Yeah, me matches the bottle's price point. Conrad, the more you keep saying that pick's almost gone, the more I keep buying. Do you want me to buy other bottles from the shop? Yeah, you don't have to. You guys, listen. I'm only saying that for the people that haven't got them. If you've gotten one, you don't need to buy another one. There'll be great more picks coming down the line. I just told you that because if you haven't got it and you're waiting, it's not. There's plenty of the Solara. Don't feel rushed for that. The Solara is an expensive bottle. There's still quite a few bottles of that, so you're okay. 13th Colony Maple. Ooh, that's one I want to try. Don't send me any. Because for the record, I appreciate samples and everything, but you can't send me samples. I just it's too hard to keep up on. I have boxes and boxes of samples. I'm never gonna get to them, and we've got reviews and stuff to do. I've got a few of this. I shouldn't say I'm never gonna get to them, but I just have to stop getting samples, or I'm never gonna get through the samples. It just isn't as much as I love it. Yeah, right, I love the generosity. You guys are freaking amazing, but we just have to stop accepting samples. Jeff says thanks for the Brussels 15 sample, by the way. Brussels 15 is an amazing bottle of whiskey. Every time I review it or revisit it, I go, oh. Even though sentimentally I enjoy the 13 a little bit more for regular sipping, the 15 is a better bottle of whiskey for sure. Oh, here you go. Oh, it says Miles is the master blender. John does the single barrel picks for Westward. John's a great guy to pick his brain on Westward.
So the whole bankruptcy thing is just like a restructuring, right?
Yeah, it's a Chapter 11 restructuring. It makes a lot of sense to me. You ramp up production, you start storing extra whiskey in anticipation for a big boom to continue in selling. So basically you're spending money knowing that it's come back in again. Capital is king. If you spend the money and it stops coming in, well, now you have to have capital to continue to produce. I mean, I think this is what Barrel Craft Spirits went through. So you get $25 million in whiskey inventory stored, but it's not worth anything. It's sitting there. It's pointless. You can't capitalize those. You have to have capital from someplace else. So what they'll do is they'll probably do a restructuring of debt, bring down their costs. I heard they brought down their operating costs from $1 million to $300,000 a month.
Wow.
Big. So they do that, and they get the financial house in order, and there's some other stuff that they didn't disclose about financial stuff that was going to open them up to be able to get funding. Someone will invest capital so they'll, unfortunately, probably mean they're going to sell. I think somebody already owns part of them. Oh, Joyce said, super excited to get the Penelope Peach Old Fashioned from the shop. You know what? I didn't order one for myself because you went, ew. You're still making that face still. But I've heard this actually really good.
Anything peach flavored that's not actual peaches just tastes artificial to me, whether it's candy or beverages or whatever.
There is a peachy note on this. Someone said peach. So first impression on this, weeded. I hate it on fresh pours unless I let it set for a little bit. I always get that kind of alcohol, ethanol kind of note that's a little distracting. You could always do a sample infinity blend. That could turn out really bad, Drew. Just mixing all of the samples that I get into Infinity Blend. Might make an interesting video. I mean, uh-oh.
What?
It says plug in my PC. Will you plug that in down there? Wait, we're going to lose everybody.
Which wire is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Not real time. Okay, but tell a story about whiskey.
I can tell a story about you.
Uh-oh.
It won't be a good one.
I get this plugged in fast.
I mean, not good for you.
Like what? I didn't do anything.
Well, that one time when you went on the guys trip and
that one
sent
time
me that really compromising photo.
It wasn't of me though.
Well, you were involved.
Yeah, but I took the picture. It doesn't count. That's the trick to risky pictures on the internet. You just don't be in the pictures, then they can't ever prove it was you. Someone says, I've heard great things and not a fake peach. Sure hope they're right.
Well, if that's the case, then I might like it. But usually anything peach, I guess, marketed is kind of a disappointment to me.
Well, like somebody else said, banana's the worst fake flavor. Bananas and fake bananas are not the same thing.
It's
banana
hard
candy,
to get banana flavor, like real banana flavor on something.
That's actually first impression. That's actually really good. I'm gonna say right now, it's not super unique or mind blowing. It's not. The finish is okay. Here, want to try this? It's kind of a medium finish, not super long. The peach in the old fashioned is weak. Need doctoring up. Oh, okay. Well, if you're drinking it for whiskey, you don't want the peach to be overpowering. Hey, Mike, what's going on? I was on another live stream watching you, and people were commenting in there, but it wasn't this one. I closed that one, searched again, and found this. Uh-oh. Do we have two live streams going? What's the last comment you got on your live stream?
Michael.
Oh. So weird.
Maybe that's the stream I was in before, where the last comment was not lining up with your guys's. I went out and went back in.
No way. I wouldn't even know how that happens. How did Javi's comment get retracted? Javi, what did you say that that your messages got retracted? Javi said something and got blocked out. I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. No, it's
I actually like that quite a bit.
You have to click on W page and click on the live. Oh, wow, that's weird. You have 2 going. Okay, well, there's a problem. I don't know how to fix that. They're live. They're running congruently. One's labeled new broadcast. Well, hey, that's good.
I did see that. Yeah, one says Whiskey Bond and the other one said something about broadcast.
Well, I have no idea. I have no idea how that's happening. The other one has Tom in it. So Tom is commenting.
Tom, come on over.
Tom is commenting and I don't see it.
Anybody who's in the broadcast one, come over to the Whiskey Bonded one.
Well, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and blame Junior.
You can't blame him. He wasn't here.
35. Oh yeah, look at I do. There is 2. There's 2 congruent. I have no idea how to stop that or how to watch it, frankly. Okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to stop that. He said, "Time to fire your IT guy." Hey, there's Tom. I clicked on the broadcast first. I don't know. A YouTuber says, "Double the fun." I told her whenever to come over here. I want to stop the other one, but I'm not really sure how to do that. Do we risk it and hit a button?
And then you're going to close everybody out?
Oh. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I have no idea. That's funny. The other one is whiskey bondage. Well, we'll have to get the
whiskey bondage.
We'll have to get the whiskey bonded IT department to get his shit together. I have no idea.
Quit blaming Nathan.
It is.
This is user error.
No, he changed the setup.
This.
No, he didn't. He just that's the thing happened. He changed the setup. And,
Nathan, I got your back. He's always picking on you.
No, he changed the setup and wasn't here to help me figure it. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this whole broadcast is a blooper. It might be YouTube. You know what, Drew? Thank you for that. Let's just call it.
The attendance just jumped up by like 10 people.
Yeah.
So.
Drew, like Tom says, it's Junior's fault for not being here to handle it. You know what the funny thing is? That we're gonna dock his pay. We're gonna drop him 1 drink of whiskey.
I think that's the problem. You don't even pay him.
Look, the man is playing pickleball right now. He didn't even respond to my. And you know what the funny thing is when he set up the new computer, we got a new badass computer setup that's going to do everything that we needed to do, including having guests and stuff. I mean, even the sound is working better and everything. But he set up the new computer. Goes, there you go, you get to go. He goes, oh, don't worry, I got it set up so that I can dial in remotely if you have any problems. Yeah, well, if you can't get a hold of him, he can't dial in from the pickleball court. Can we get a whole compilation of all the failures brought to you by Junior? I wish I'd have saved them all. I tried not to document his blubs, and I give him a hard time. But to be fair, he did set all this up. The fact that we're even streaming right now with 2 microphones, Miss Whiskey Bond over there shaking her head. What's up, Squirrel? Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work for the algorithm.
That's right, Joyce. Dad can't be left alone.
I cannot be left alone. It's to my own vices. I don't know how to shut off. The new broadcast at all.
The squirrel says, "I was wondering why he wasn't answering anyone."
Well, yeah. Can I get rid of it? Uh-oh. I might have just got rid of it. I don't know. Or I just everybody's still here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna figure it's probably YouTube. But whatever. Junior's playing pickleball on Whiskey Wednesday. I know. See? Fired. Jail. Jail. What's up, late to the party? What's your thoughts on Penelope Weeded? Corey, what's going on? Okay, so here's my official first impression of the Penelope Weeded. This is an inexpensive bottle. On bondedbottleshop.com. The viewers also have to change from top comments to live chat. Yeah, we Mrs. Whiskey Bond has helped figure that out. I keep calling you Mrs. Whiskey Bond because I'm not sure if everybody knows. I suppose if I say Joanna, everybody knows who it is. So I added the Penelope Weeded to the Bonded Bottle Shop because I felt like it was probably going to be good because it's a 4 grain and it's inexpensive. For the record, it's $38 in the bottle, so it's a cheap bottle. I do like their 4 grains because the 4 grain gives it a little bit of complexity and experience, and I think this will open up a little bit. But first impression, it's actually quite delicious. It is light.
What's the proof on that?
Not very much. 95.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it drinks about that.
Yeah, it doesn't drink hot. It's got that great weeded flavor. There's some sweetness and some fruit notes.
I
Got a
actually
little
don't.
bit of bourbon.
I actually enjoyed it.
I do like it. I'm gonna say I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It is lacking some complexity.
Yes.
The flavors are kind of easy. There's nothing that really, but it is balanced. There's nothing that really
Got a
jumps.
nice brightness to it when you're drinking it.
Does have a nice brightness to it. Some kind of nice bright fruit notes. Nothing spiky or bitter or overly punchy. The finish is medium but a little bit light. It lingers a little bit, but you don't get a lot of flavor. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of those classic bourbon notes. It's not age stated, but it does feel like it has probably a little age. And if I had to guess, it's probably 3 to 5 year. If I had to guess, just based on. But if anybody knows that, Joyce says, slow your roll. We need him. We do need him. The one is gone. Oh, other one is gone. Nice, that worked. I deleted it and it worked. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. So back to the nice shirt and how they bought Savage and Cook. Yeah, E.H. Tater. So, the Redwood Empire. For the record, I'd like to make a record. Put something on the record. The Earth Month 2025 video that I did for Redwood Empire. They didn't ask me to do it. I wasn't paid to do it. They didn't even know I was going to do it. It was Mrs. Whiskey Bonded's idea. I just thought it was really, really cool. One of my favorite things about Redwood Empire is the buy a bottle planetary. I just think it's kind of cool. It's just kind of a cool thing. I mean, why wouldn't you do something? I'm not a big hippie or earthy guy, but I like trees.
He's a tree hugger, you guys. I have pictures to prove it.
I'll kick the shit out of a tree. I like trees.
You're like a spider monkey on a tree trunk. I'm like a spider monkey.
I've got some pictures of me hanging on trees. It's weird. Tom makes a good point about this is what you'd expect out of a 30. It's a very good $38 bottle of whiskey. I would not be mad at buying this for $38.
It's actually for $38.
If you're thinking about it, that bottle is absolutely worth $38. You can buy it at bottleshop.com, but my understanding is that it is going to be pretty widely available.
Especially when you could get that or that crap Travelers, I would go with that.
Ooh,
same price point, Travelers. Pretty much, right? Because Travelers, $35?
I think we should do a blind. We're gonna do a blind, but a bottle like Travelers deserves to be drank out of the bottle. If I can get the cork out.
Ew.
What's up, Warhawk? Let me some Penelope Wheat. Yeah, I just did a fresh crack. Probably traded in his car for an EV. Traded in Mrs. Whiskey Bonded's car for an EV.
Yeah, he did.
Yep, Tom says we need trees to make new barrels, not pine trees. That would be weird. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion as to what's better, Traveler or Penelope Wheated. Brace yourself. The Penelope Wheated is better. That's my official Whiskey Bonded stamp of approval. Penelope Wheated is better than Travelers. You heard it here first. Go get the Penelope Wheated and pass on the Travelers for the record. Travelers is next to Blanton's. Whoa! I like Blanton's. I like Traveler. Look, Joyce, listen, I am of the camp. Travelers, even in drinking it now, Travelers is not bad for $30.
For $20, it would be fine.
You can't get it for 20. Well,
$30 is way too much.
It's fine. Now, listen,
like I said, if you can get that, what Travelers was like about $35 on average. Sorry.
Yeah. Travelers is about a $30. This is $38.
So $3 more, I would go with that.
100%. 100%. This is bottles like this are why Travelers is stupid. Because for the price, you can get much better bottles of whiskey. What everybody keeps bringing up is regular Buffalo Trace. Better than Travelers. Oh, what's going on in news about whiskey? We were just fresh cracking the Penelope 4-grain wheated. Thank you, Tim. Don't tell anybody. Oh, should I not say that? Usually when people put the super chat things in, I'm supposed to say it. But he said don't tell anybody. Tim, if you don't want people to know something, don't highlight it in blue. Freight Uncut, actually. There's no reason not to tell people this because I love it when the bottle is just sitting right here when they're like I put Tim up to it. Frey Uncut is a regular offering from Frey. It should be of it. This is a damn good bottle of whiskey. Damn good bottle of whiskey. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So sorry. Where were we at? News about whiskey. We were just cracking the Penelope 4-grain. We did $38 on Bottom Bottle Shop. Fantastic bottle for the money. Will you be eating Woodford Double back in stock? Invictaholic. Ooh, somebody's a watch fan. I do like the Invictus. Talk about pretty nice for the money. Remind me not to drink Travelers when I come over. Anytime you want to come over, Dad, to drink Travelers.
He doesn't want to drink it because you just took a swig out of it.
No, well, you were gonna drink it anyway. Listen, there's only a few bottles I will swig out of in the house. My Prop Weller 12 bottle. The Travelers has been degraded to a swig out of bottle. Well, you don't listen. I don't listen. Well, you do, buddy. Everybody can see that, Tim. It's not. It's not a secret, chat. Connor, I will disown you if you buy an Invicta. I've had Invictas. I don't think I have an Invicta now. I think they got stolen. Invictaholic, the Woodford Double Oak, probably not. We're probably not going to have that back in the shop. I will try, but sometimes when they do those releases, it's kind of a one and done. Everybody's kind of that way. If you see those kind of bottles pop back up again, those annual releases or seasonal releases or vintage releases, it's because they stockpiled them or they were at the distillery or something. Maybe we did get. What did we get restocked recently? There was something we did get restocked recently. It does happen, but I'd say if I was putting money down, it's probably not. We'll be watching for it. Oh, Javi says Woodford Double Oak is not worth the money. Uh-oh. Shots fired. Controversial statement.
Is that the one that they had at Costco recently? Okay, I still saw some bottles there today. So.
At Costco. For the record, I passed on that one. I have a really hard time pulling the trigger on the Woodford.
$169, I think.
Yeah, that's a good price. It's like a $200 bottle. That's a good price on that. But my problem is they've gotten so expensive for those like grenade style bottles from the Woodford Masters collection. I mean, listen, the double oaked bourbon that we have coming from Old Louisville is better, and it's $99. I just have a hard time. I love those bottles, and the batch proofs can be really, really good. What's up, Caleb? Everybody's backing Javi up. True statement. This is out of context. Should I have not passed on this year's Widow Jane 13 for MSRP? YouTuber, I think you're okay. I like the Widow Jane 13. It's a little expensive. I personally would pass and buy the Decadence. I've got a bottle of the Widow Jane 13 here somewhere. The new setup has given me access to grab more bottles at once. I've got a Widow Jane 13 back here. I can pull it out, but it's a good. I like the bottle of Widow Jane. I find Decadence to be the best of the Widow Jane stuff. The Widow Jane offerings are good, but don't offer me anything that I can't get someplace else. So I don't know that I'm going to be buying much more Widow Jane in the future, unless they come up with something new. Here you go. Drew Cypher. I bought the Elvis Midnight Snack just for the bottle. That's the peanut butter banana to make a lamp. Oh, it's better than it should be, and it's a bottle swig liqueur. Listen, I'm not going to hate on all the flavored stuff. Some of the flavored stuff is kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It's kind of good. What are you making faces over there at? You're.
Oh, I was just reading.
I got you on the peanut butter banana. You're like, should make a face like.
No, that actually sounded good, and I remember seeing that bottle, and I was like, damn, by the description, that's something I want to try, but I'm not gonna buy a bottle of it because I thought it was gonna be terrible.
No samples. Gotta be careful. You say stuff like that, the guys are gonna want to send samples. Actually, yeah, they probably would.
Well, I haven't gotten any samples.
There's a whole boxes of them in there. Why aren't you drinking them?
Those are your samples.
No, they're your samples.
Nobody has sent me a sample of anything.
Thoughts on Hard Truth Bottled in Bond? Grab one tonight, pretty tasty in my opinion. So the Hard Truth is not well distributed around here, so I have very little experience with Hard Truth. I do not know. I hear good things. It's a big one in the social media circuit. A lot of content creators are doing the Hard Truth thing. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. We put one bottle in the shop just because it didn't really sell very well. It was the John Mellencamp, maybe? John Cougar?
What's this?
It's Hard Truth. So I'm going to crack this right now. First impression. This is the Filibuster. Well, that bad boy. There it goes. The Filibuster. It is a 110 straight bourbon whiskey. Specifically, I got this because it is from Virginia. And we are continuing to try whiskey from every state. So I needed one from Virginia. So we got, I don't know if you guys are going to know anything about that. This is a 4-year-old, 4-grain, wheated bourbon, 111.1 proof. So we're going to crack this bad boy open and try it right now. I don't know anything about it. The same influencers doing the truth are the same that are peerless people. I've noticed that as well. Which I don't, subconsciously, maybe that's part of the reason why I haven't got into it. But I think it really is just, I think it's just because I can't really get it around here. I wouldn't really shy against it. Note sent samples addressed to Mrs. Whiskey Bonded. Great. Thank you, Tom. Oh, Tap said you said the name wrong. You mean Peerless? I do use the flavored Traverse City bottles as mixtures for soda. I do like the Traverse City stuff. I did give a couple of those away, though. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Now, see, the Traverse City, the one that you got, was it the cherry or something? Or
No,
peach
it was
one?
the peach and the apple.
See, terrible.
All right. Wasn't great. The cherry, barrel proof cherry is dope.
I didn't like it either.
The barrel proof cherry?
Yeah.
I like the barrel proof cherry a lot. Ready?
That was a good one.
Much better. Okay, Virginia. Virginia bringing the cork pop anyway. These I think nobody knows anything about the filibuster. Nobody said anything. Cool. Okay, let's see if I get to focus. So come on. Full cool top with the filibuster on it, and it has a shape like the grain of glass, wood cork. Nothing super unique about the bottle other than the filibuster in the front. But we're gonna give this a try on the old fresh crack. Just have a little fun, do a little fresh crack. Fresh crack Wednesday. Appreciate you guys all being here. I guess for the people that are on TikTok, they wouldn't be here anyway. So I was gonna say we'll be back on TikTok next week once I get the interface figured out. Probably trying to frame this in a little bit better so you can see the bottles too. And why are the scissors in the frame? Okay. Virginia Distilling Company has some really good offerings, and the makers are nice people. Met them at the Bastards Ball. They are ASM, so Mrs. Whiskey Bond may have difficulties with them. So I got 3 bottles of their stuff, and this is a barrel-proof bourbon, which, to be quite frank, was the one I had the most confidence in. The other ones are a 5-barrel blend and a 5-year age dated. I don't know much about it yet, so I don't want to misspeak on that, but... Tim, if I didn't say thank you, by the way, thank you. So I do like, I'm always all about the idea of a 4-grain. This one says corn, rye, barley, wheat. I don't know if it's in that order. It doesn't really say, but it does say fermentation 72 hours, barreled at 120 proof, barreled by some guy named Sid. I don't know if it's Justice or Vicious. Barrel type 18-month air dried. So I don't know. There you go. If that tells you anything for you whiskey geeks. By the way, Bruce Russell definitely gave the shout out to the whiskey geeks when we were talking. He's a big fan of all you whiskey geeks. I know there's a few of you in here. Oh, mine is from a different company. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, you said. Let's see. Where's Michael's comment? It's hard to go through these comments and find the thing. Oh, Virginia Distilling Company. No, this is Filibuster. So yeah, you're right. I didn't catch this. So this is Filibuster. It's obviously got political themes. This one doesn't have it, but the other ones on the labels have like politics in the White House or the Capitol or anything on the bottle. So it's kind of neat. I just thought it was kind of cool. Psycho Sid. Could be Psycho Sid. What do you put in the decanter bottle? I never want to put something good in mine because I don't trust them. Oh yeah, you guys can see the decanter in the background by my WB Savile. The decanter bottle has... John Bowman small batch in it. Yeah. Pretty sure it's John Bowman small batch. I really just put it in there for effect. I don't drink out of it. I don't think it's lead crystal. Might be, but it doesn't matter. I just put it in there to have some effect. Just to have something in it that's the right color. So, Filibuster Bottle and Bond, age 5 years. Kind of interesting because that one does have a wax dipped on it. Kind of neat. And then the other Filibuster ones, they do have the politics tie. Sorry, it takes a second for the camera to focus there. Does have the politics tie-in. You can see the Capitol in there with the guy, the big fat. I take it supposed to be a politician. I don't know. Over-fat politicians. That's kind of how I picture him too. But so that's that. We'll get into those other ones too. I was a little weirded out by the one that says aged in 5 barrels, but it does say on the back aged at least 4 years. So I don't know why they would put a 5 on the front. It's not an age statement. That was a little odd choice there, but. Bowman Brothers is a small batch. Yeah, but the Bowman Brothers, I have a single barrel, and a single barrel store pick behind me. So specifically the small batch. I know they call them John J. Bowman and Bowman Brothers, but thank you, Rodney. You're correct. Bowman Brothers small batch. Fat cat politician. That is what it is. The John J. Sports. Yeah. So I have. This is actually a really good bottle of whiskey. This is a single barrel from Death and Taxes up in Reno. The first John Bowman single barrel store pick that I've seen. So I grabbed that. It was actually, what was it, about $50, $40 something dollars. A really nice bottle of whiskey at 100 proof. Really good price on that. And I have the standard John J. Bowman single barrel too. Yeah, I don't. The naming scheme of the Bowman brothers, I'm not. It's a little crazy. I know Bowman brothers small batch, John J. Bowman single barrels. Apparently, Drew Cypher said the John J. Bowman is also the port finish. I've seen that one. Haven't tried it. The whole wine finish thing for me is kind of hit and miss. It can be really, really good, but I do not necessarily jump on all of those when they come up. Personally, let's give this thing a try. Nice nose. Not terribly strong, but kind of typical bourbon. Smells got a little bit of maturity on the smell, which is odd because I don't think it's very old. 4 years. Not bad. Got a little bit of that to the back of your palate and up into your nose, which I'm going to give it a chance. That might be just because of the way that I swallowed it, but at 111 proof, I wouldn't expect that. But the notes are good. Kind of some caramelized sugar, some nice bourbon notes. Not much wood influence. Kind of a sweet kind of syrupy cherry cough syrup kind of note at the end there. Yeah, I agree. The Bowman Brothers thing is.
Get like smoky cigar on the nose.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You didn't?
Not initially.
Well, that's the first thing that hit me.
Yeah, I like sweet cigar. I like the pipe tobacco cigar or the sweet the pipe tobacco notes, or the sweet cigar tobacco notes.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it a lot, actually.
Really? Well, you heard it here first. Yeah.
I just like when you take a sip and it's got that like explosion of flavor.
It does have that.
And I feel like this has it. So.
I'm not getting the very, very, very obvious tobacco note. I get it.
Just slight, but that was
the
first thing that hit me.
Yeah, sometimes I take a sniff of something like the one that always jumps out in my mind is the Dalmore 21 was just tobacco, like in the best possible way. I like tobacco as a tasting note, though.
No, this is more like, when you walk into a cigar shop or something, and you get just that kind of wafty.
Let's have 100%. When you walk into the humidor, let's look at my sister's calling. Let's answer.
Oh God.
Hey Chase, you're live streaming on the internet, so be careful what you say. I just answered the phone in the middle of a live stream.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. The whole world is listening. Is there anything you want to say to everybody that likes to listen to our live stream? I guess not. She's gonna lock up under the pressure.
I'm gonna totally lock up under the pressure.
I'll call you back.
Okay.
Bye. She's like, I always think they're a little drying. You talking about Stillwell, Chris, or are you talking about what are we talking about here? I'm missing the what is a little drying. The Boeing has some good sounding distillery only released on the website, and one being toasted.
Maybe Stillwell.
I think maybe Stillwell. Drew does bring up a good point though. There's some really interesting sounding single barrel or distillery releases from the Bowmans that I would love to get my hands on that I'm never going to get access to because obviously it's a long ways away. So Tim said, a clerk told me I had to buy their flatboat single barrel. He was wrong. What? Hey, Tim, what, and you don't have to super chat it again. I'll look for it. But what distillery were you at where they tried to get you to try the flatboat? You're not talking about Filibuster, are you? I have equated Jazz's palate and Joanna's to be the same, so I need her reviews as a baseline. Okay.
We did have similar takes on the tastings that we did.
This does have some nice... What is that? Oh my god, I'm locking up. That actually is getting better as it's opening up.
I think that, and I always find that when you first open a bottle, if you let it breathe a little bit, it definitely kind of like settles a bit. 100%,
because the first sip did give me a bit of that alcohol kickback.
I think maybe that's what you got, because I didn't get that when I took a sip. It didn't go. You know how sometimes the ethanol kind of circles back.
Yeah,
around
right
into your
in
nose.
into your nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get that the second sip. Hey, what's going on, Paul? Cheers, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Tim says, I think it was a liquor barn around Lexington. Yeah, you guys, I will tell you, I think as a general rule, you have to be careful about liquor store employee recommendations. Not that they're all bad, but a lot of them are bad. I mean, listen, a liquor store employee, there's only 1 or 2 liquor stores. All you have to do is figure out what liquor store employee you have. If you have a guy that is legitimately into liquor, into whiskey specifically, and has a collection, you can have a legitimate conversation with them and probably trust their opinions. Most of them do not, and they're just going to pitch you either what they're getting told to push, what they're getting paid to push, what the manager's
have too much of.
coercing them to push, right? So you have to be really, really careful because they have skin in the game. There's a reason for them to push something. Now, if you get somebody who has a big whiskey collection, you talk to the guy, he's like, I got 400 bottles of whiskey, and you say, what's your favorite? And he says, well, I really like, some obscure, thing. And he doesn't say Blanton's, or say, well, what my favorite whiskey ever is this, this store pick from such and such. Then you can probably trust the opinion and have a real conversation with them. But I don't think I've ever bought. I was in the Total Wine recently buying the Oban 15 cask strength. Super excited about it. Fantastic bottle of scotch. And he's like, hey, have you tried the la la la? And I wanted to give him the Offerman. I know more than you. I really wanted to just look at his face and go, I know more than you. But I didn't. I was like, yeah, thanks. That sounds great. I'll think about that one.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Total Wine especially, they do the Spirits Direct, which obviously they make the most money on. So
100%.
That's what they'll recommend to you first and foremost. So you have to be aware with that because really out of all that, we've tried a few and still Austin, stands out as something good. But
Yeah.
most of them were just kind of eh.
Yeah. I've heard some of the Gordon McFalls can be okay. I've heard that
I think tap is 100%. It's always like, it's smooth.
if they say smooth,
What does that even mean?
punch them in the face and run out of the store. No, don't do that. No, smooth is... Listen, I'm not a hater of the word smooth. You get a lot of hate of the word smooth. And I will answer, by the way, the J.D. Roberts, don't go anywhere. I'm going to answer that question. Smooth is just a way of saying easy to drink, not spiky or punchy in any way, not bitter or tannic. I think that's what that means. And just for lack of a better word, it's hard to describe those things without saying all of those things. You just say it's smooth. I think it's just as... It's easy to drink. It drinks below the proof point. It's sweet. It's not super bitey or prickly.
Yeah.
That's all they're trying to say. So I don't really hate on the term smooth. I just think it's a lazy descriptor.
Well, it is, and for me, it's like if someone says it's smooth, then I know I don't want it.
Yeah, she doesn't. Joanna does not want smooth. If the guy goes, dude, this shit is punch you in your face. You shouldn't drink that. She goes, I'll take that, please. Yeah, definitely the high proof, spiky, punchy, badass. What's up, RC121 CRX?
Because if I'm going to drink, I want to know I'm drinking something.
100%. That's why I think a lot of experienced bourbon drinkers tend to move from bourbons to rye, tend to move from low proof to high proof. You start wanting to be impressed by the experience, and that's hard to do. I like a lower proof that's impressive. The Kitsap Whiskey Solera, I really find that impressive because at 94 proof, it's a lot. That's why I like Redwood Empire so much, because at lower proofs, they're actually quite tasty. But... For the most part, as you get more experience, you like the higher proof stuff.
But see, still Austin, I feel like, is lower proof, but there's complexity to the flavor. So that kind of makes up for the higher proof stuff. But if you give me something that's, like you love Irish, and I don't dislike Irish, but to me, Irish is just kind of boring.
It's subtle.
It's delicate.
Yes, 100%. And that can be, for somebody that likes proofy, high punchy, big rye, it can be boring. I like the delicacy.
And I don't mean boring like in a negative way, just like delicate. Like there isn't a whole lot to ponder when you're drinking Irish.
I get what you're saying. And I definitely think when you're drinking Irish and you're trying to get into those things, I don't eat anything, I don't drink anything else, because you have to have a clean palate and you have to sit and you have to kind of sit with it. And I kind of like that a little bit. It sounds like liquor counter and gun counter employees have the same sales tactics. All salespeople have the same sales tactics. So back to J.D. Roberts. This is a tough question, but it's a challenging question. I like challenging questions. End of the world, you get one last drink. What are you pouring? Bub, do you want to answer that? If you get end of the world, I think I know your answer.
End of the world, what I would drink?
Last drink.
Bourbon, right?
Just anything.
Bourbon?
No, I think it's anything. End of the world. You run into a liquor store. All the zombies are outside. You're in there by yourself, and they have everything. What are you grabbing and taking one last freaking drink of before it's the end of the...
I'm taking one of those pills that the Russians give you when
Cyanide.
you're done with,
No, you
with
drink
your with your orders.
I'm swinging whiskey bottles to the last minute. Don't say Pappy Van Stinkle.
Oh, hell no. No. That's not my go-to. What would you say would be mine?
I'm going to go ahead and go with the... No.
Jeez.
It was right here. I think yours would be open. I'm going to make it... Watch this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a magic trick. Open that closet door right there. Reach down on the floor. There's a bottle right there. Hand me that bottle. Hand me that bottle. Look at this magic trick. This is pretty good. This is her answer. I knew this was good. Look at it. I didn't know the question you were going to ask. I'm better than Houdini. This
I
right
freaking
here.
love that bottle.
This is probably her answer. For Mrs. Whiskey Bottle. I'll give you mine in a second, but
I will tell you, because it's coming soon, our chicken cockpit, it rivals that to me. Not in that it's like the same, but the flavor profile, the boldness and the complexity of the flavors is. But the Cowboy for me also has like that
Cowboy Bourbon is a good
hold
one.
on my heart from the beginning.
Cowboy Bourbon is a good one. I will tell you two things. One, the chicken cock, our chicken cock whiskey bonded pick, and this is way too early to be talking about this, and this is not a liquor store employee thing. I obviously have a large whiskey collection. That chicken cock private cask selection that we picked is top. It's freaking fantastic. It's really fantastic.
We just tasted it the other night again, and yeah.
Every time I go back to it, every time I go back to the sample we have, not even the final, the sample we have, and it's going to age another couple of months, it's as good as just about anything. You guys, when that comes out, we're going to do a stepped release of that for the first time ever. I don't know what the yield's going to be, but if you do not buy one of those bottles, you've lost your freaking mind. Please unfollow me. That's
harsh.
No, that could be my last bottle. We'll see how it turns out in the very end, but God, what an incredible bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, the sample is amazing. So I'm just hoping that when the bottle comes out, it's even better, if not as good.
So Michael brings up a good point. End of the world GTS. I get that the GTS is freaking delicious. I do love the GTS. I'm trying to think of what bottle I've had. Here's my answer. I'm sorry, you inspired me to it. You said Redbreast 27.
Oh, really?
Dude, when I had Redbreast 27, I wish that bottle wasn't $1,000. It's so good. You guys have to know, I'm a big Irish guy. I love Irish whiskey. I think that in general, the Irish are the best at making whiskey. Now, you have to like what they do. It is not bourbon, but the ability for the Irish to distill this extremely well distilled, very subtle, great mouthfeel, and then still be able to get this complexity and boldness of flavor out of lower proofs is really, really impressive. And I love Irish whiskey a lot. But nighttime to you is, would you rather gain muscles or gain eagers? That's a weird question, brother. Gain eagers. Gain eagers. Is that a play on words?
Oh, good call. Devin, we got to do the same thing.
What's that?
Said he's holding on to his last ounce of the chicken cock to compare to the bottle once it's delivered.
That brings up a good point. Which one of you sons of bitches has my sample bottle? One of them has the beaker bottle. I think it's Rick. Rick, you're in here still. I know you are. Rick, I heard that Rick has it. But Devin could have it. Devin, I have a bottle of your rare character, by the way. Still, it's got your name on it. You need to freaking, and the sample bottle of the chicken cock we have is Devin's bottle, by the way. Look, everybody's being real fucking quiet right now. I need a confession. Who has it? Devin or Javi or Kenny has it. Rick has sticky fingers. Nobody knows who has it. Is there still whiskey in it? Javi has it. How does Javi have it? Interesting. Oh, Rodney brings up a good point. Crickets. That's so funny. Wonder which barrels are being impacted at Buffalo Trace this week. So, Rodney, my understanding is that the rick houses are high enough that the barrels are not being affected. But that could change because the river level was still set to rise some more. So I do not know. I do not know for sure. I don't think we're going to hear that for just yet. I think they're going to be kind of quiet about it, to be honest with you. We sent it back to Cali. So one of the Cali boys has my sample bottle.
Are we ever going to see it?
We'll see it. We'll see it. We may have to extort or bargain somehow. I do negotiate with terrorists for certain things. All the ancient age will be underwater. We can only hope, Mike. We can only hope. What year is alcohol considered vintage or old? Well, it's two different things. You mean old like aging old? I'd say for bourbon, I think anything over 15 years is considered old or at 15 years. Vintage? Boy, I don't know. That's tough.
20
vintage.
plus?
Well, vintage alcohol, some of the it depends. It depends on how it changed. Some of the Weller squat bottles are only 5 to 7 years old, and they're considered vintage. That would be a question for Devin or Burbo or one of the guys that really is a geek on that old stuff. Devin's in here somewhere. Yeah. Devin, what do you consider nighty time for you? Watch the comment from Just One More Bourbon. Devin, what do you consider is a vintage? How old does it have to be vintage? It's not really that old in some cases. Would a barrel let water in it? It definitely could. I mean, if it sat in water, it could seep because they let moisture in. If they sit on the bottom of the rick houses where there's a lot of humidity, you can actually get proof go down on those lower tiers. Best from Redwood Empire, personally. This bottle of Redwood Empire Haystacks, 14-year Cabernet finished. That's a goddamn impressive bottle. That's the best bottle I've ever
100%.
had from them.
That is the best I've had from them. But second to that, or something you can actually get, Screaming Titan, I would say.
I will agree with Mrs. Whiskey Bonnet that Screaming Titan would be probably my favorite. I love it. That one. That's the reeded bourbon. I drink it a ton. As a whiskey drinker, their high rye bourbon, the 60-40, Devil's Tower, you can get it in the single barrel. If you get that Devil's Tower on a single barrel at a higher proof, I don't know if this is that one or not. Yeah, so 51 corn. It's the 51 corn 44 rye mash bill. This is 8 years old and 124 proof. That's the best that is their distillate, in my opinion. Because technically the Haystacks, the original Haystacks is sourced. This is their distillate. So I guess this would be the answer if you're going to take out their source stuff. They got some really fantastic stuff. I really like all their stuff. I mean, I'll be shocked. You're shocked to hear that? I would think... So Mike's got a thought on whether the barrels would take on water or not. I would think that depend on how waterlogged it got on the outside, tainted water, and could seep in over time once out of the water. Well, you know, if the barrel sits in water, it's going to soak up water. And then I would imagine in that moment, it's probably not going to soak all the way through, just like the whiskey didn't soak all the way through. But if you get it back under hot conditions and the wood expands, the whiskey goes into the wood. The water that's in the wood can go into the whiskey, and you could have an issue there with exposure and tainting, as he said. So it would not be good for whiskey barrels to sit in water. I suppose taint. He did say taint. Thank you. I missed that one. Dang it. By the picture, the whole town was underwater by a few feet. Yeah, I know that the Buffalo Trace Distillery sits right on the Kentucky River. And if you've ever been down there, when we were in Indiana, they have these huge flood walls with these giant doors. It's crazy. It's not unusual for the Kentucky River to flood in a serious, serious way. So you get flooding, Buffalo Trace gets water. It's happened a bunch of times. Watch my video I posted today. It's been 4, 5, 6 times that it's flooded in a very serious way. I don't think this is the worst one, but it's pretty good. They're going to be fine, you guys. They know what they're doing. They're used to this. They'll clean up. There'll be minimal damage. They will release the E.H. Taylor Flood Survivor bottles. None of you will get it except for Rick, and we'll move on. Ooh.
I saw that Rick's a hand model now.
Rick is right
Did you
at
see
the
that?
Still Austin launch.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I do find it funny that Still Austin can't do anything without a patron of ours showing up in the post. Specifically, most likely Rick. Rodney says Flood Survivor $9.99. Oh, Chris, Screaming Titan slays Pete my review on the Discord. I love Chris. If you are not a patron, one, what are you doing? you got to get into the Discord and look at the review section in the Discord where the patrons post their reviews. Chef Chris posts some badass reviews. I mean, you have an ability to put words to paper that I do not. I just bit.
They could just price those bottles at 2025 to mark the year they flooded.
2025.
$2,000. I mean, people will pay it.
Woo! That's got some flavor to it. Yikes. Back to Mrs. Whiskey Bond's bottle, though. These Frey Ranch, I just make one more point before I put this away. These Frey Ranch barrel proof rye, this is a 130 proof Frey Ranch farm to bottle rye are freaking fantastic. This is a fantastic bottle of whiskey. No, there's not. There's two more.
What? You bought two more?
I got you, boo. Local single barrel that she really likes.
You're such a sneaky.
There's another one in the shelf back over there too. Thoughts on Rare Breed? Great question. I love Rare Breed for the money. I think Rare Breed is a great bottle for the money. Now, it is going to be interesting to see if the Wild Turkey 101 8-year knocks Rare Breed off the pedestal one spot for dollar per dollar experience, because that Wild Turkey 101 8-year is awfully good. I need to get a bottle of Rare Breed because we're out right now. So I can do a comparison between that and Wild Turkey 101 8-year. That's going to be an interesting comparison, because the Rare Breed's only about, depending on where you live, $10 more than the 101 8-year. And even though I do believe it is probably better, I can't say that definitively, because that 101 8-year, you guys just, the Wild Turkey 101 8-year is going to be worth buying 100%. I'll do a review as soon as we get our bottle. That could be the new dollar for dollar bargain king in that $45 range. It's going to be hard to find a better bottle. That's a really freaking good bottle, especially if you like Wild Turkey. Yeah, Rodney, you're not wrong. Rare Breed dollar for dollar is a hell of a bottle. Caleb is drinking red corn and eating popcorn. I like your style, sir. I do like that Redwood. I will tell you, though, and you guys are never going to hear me say anything negative about Redwood Empire, but I'm going to say something right now. I'm going to criticize Redwood Empire just a tiny bit. Redwood Empire, as good as they are at what they do, and they are very good at what they do, if you get your hands on some of the stuff from the larger, older distilleries, there is still a difference in how well the distilleries like Wild Turkey or Buffalo Trace or Old Forester, those do what they do because of so much time and experience, that the younger distilleries, no matter how good they are, say what you want, but smaller distilleries don't make anything like Russell's 15. That's a bottle that comes from 100 years of experience, 3 generations of master distillers, a hell of a lot of experience in knowing what to look for. Is one hell of a bottle of whiskey. So trying this haystacks.
But to add to that point,
right,
just think about Redwood Empire, how good they are now, where they're going to be 20, 50 years from now.
I'm so excited for this year's haystack releases. I think they learned. The distillate is getting older. And because of the low maturation temperatures that Redwood Empire uses, these are just going to continue to get better. There's not going to be that diminishing point of return where the heat has gotten to these things. They leave them in they're not getting them super exposed to heat. 10 years, 12 years. I mean, this year, they're all going to be 9 years. I think you're going to see Redwood Empire stuff really start to peak around that 12-year mark. So we have a little ways to go. But they're just going to keep getting better. And that's what's so exciting about Redwood Empire. They take a blended product, crush it. They take their own product, crush it. They're doing an amazing job. So they're just going to get better.
Speaking of, we need to go have cocktails at our local bar that's supporting the Earth Month.
This month, go to RedwoodEmpireWhiskey.com and check out the little thing where it'll give you the locations where you can go to a bar. It'll give you the bars. Go to the bar, have a cocktail, they'll plant a tree.
We have 2 nearby, and we're not even in like a real metropolitan area.
Oh, right.
So
small area. Yeah, you said that's corn on corn crime. That's funny. Let's not get corny. Devin says, Buffalo Trace prior to 99, before the name change, or early 2000s, when some of the current brands came out, Wild Turkey, anything with Austin Nichols, 2012-ish, before the sale of Wild Turkey, and definitely 70s to 90s. See, Devin is an old school Whiskey Geek. Knows his stuff. I appreciate that, Devin. I appreciate your input, brother. Look at he's just rattling off all the vintage stuff. Beam, 80s and before. Anything from National Distillers. Heaven Hill pre-1996. Devin, calm down. You know your stuff. I saw James E. Pepper here, and I'm debating between it or Green River Foolproof. Oh! RC121. I love Green River. I would go with the James E. Pepper decanter bottle. I don't have it. It's here somewhere. I moved all my whiskey around, so I don't know where it all is. The James E. Pepper decanter bottle. My lips are getting a little numb. Is a really good bottle of whiskey. It's also a beautiful bottle of whiskey. I really like the James E. Pepper decanter bottle. That's a good bottle of whiskey. I would buy that one.
Are those very different as far as what's inside?
I mean, they are. They're both bourbons. They're both. I don't know the foolproof proof off the top of my head, but you're talking about fairly similar competitive bottles of whiskey. Okay. The James E. Pepper really brings something that I really like. Another one I think is really good is New Riff. So I need to spend some more time in New Riff, honestly, because New Riff for me has been a hit and miss experience. Just for me personally. Some really good stuff, some not so impressive. Not bad, nothing bad. I just wasn't really overwhelmed with it. Downtown Joe's in Napa. Oh, there you go, Mike. Downtown Joe's. I want to go check that place out. It is $125, I think. RB, I don't have... I do have. You know what? Here. Now, I don't have the... So somebody... What is Green River Foolproof? What's the proof on Green River Foolproof? I know when you guys have it. So the James E. Pepper decanter bottle is...
I'm saying Pamper.
I just keep Pepper. Because my lips are kind of
Amber.
52.8. So 105.6, right?
I don't know, either math wizard.
Boop. Still has a good pop to it. So the James Pepper, besides the fact that it's got one of the prettiest bottles, I mean, big wooden cork.
Top says 117.3.
Yeah, so the Green River has a slightly higher proof, but you cannot deny the decanter bottle is really, really beautiful. I mean, really beautiful bottle. I don't know if you peel the stickers off or not, but obviously they vary a little bit if they're exact proof, but roundabouts.
A little heat, you can peel off any sticker pretty cleanly.
Well, let me set it next to you because you're putting off a little heat. Don't try this. You see, Aaron said New Riff is 50-50 so far. Listen, that's just my experience. New Riff has been good, but not always great, and never bad, but just, sometimes I just had a couple. I had a single barrel bourbon. I have a single barrel bourbon somewhere that I don't really like. It's just okay. Yeah. So for me, this has some of those really nice oak influence notes that I like to get out of a bourbon that give me a sense of some age. Now, this does not have an age statement on it, but it drinks like it's got some age on it. If you told me this was a 10 or 12 year bourbon, I would believe you. It has that, not to the same extent, but it has that same kind of oak influence, that bourbon and oak intermingling that makes me love something like the Russell's 15. It's not as good in this, but it's still got that same kind of... This is a bottle I would buy instead of Widow Jane 13. Someone brought Widow Jane 13 up earlier. This is much cheaper, and it gives you the same kind of experiential notes that you're looking for. But I think it's done really, really well, and I really, really like this bottle a lot. I don't know why I haven't drank more of that, but I have to drink a few pours. You want to try this a little bit? I don't know if you're going to like this because of the oakiness to it. It's subtle, but it's well done. It's got all of the bourbon notes that you want. It's got some rye spiciness, and it's got some oak influence that is balanced out that oak tannic, those oak tannicky notes with the sweet notes of the bourbon from the corn and the vanilla and all that other stuff too. No grainy notes. It's not super spiky.
I only get oak and vanilla on the nose.
Yeah, see, and I like the vanilla and the bourbon notes with that oakiness in there. It gives it a sense of age. Everybody's quiet because they're running off buying James E. Pepper. I don't know if we have this in the bottle shop or not, by the way. I don't have it. I should have it. What do you think? Give us your thoughts, Mrs. Whiskey Bonded. So we do have this in the bottle shop.
I actually really like it. It's well balanced, and it's got that the sweetness right in the front. I do get the oak towards the tail end, but it's not overpowering. Like some things I've had that were really oaky.
Yeah.
That I get that bitter note on them.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that.
So it is in the bottleshop.com for $58.99. So say it's a $59 bottle.
Price.
So it's probably round about the price of Green River Full Proof. I don't know what a Green River Full Proof is right now. I don't know if I have Green River Full Proof in the shop. I'm like referencing the shop. Green River Full Proof, yeah, $47.99. So same price. This gives me, so what I love out of a bourbon with a little age in it, I want it to have sweet on the front, moving into the spiciness and prickliness of rye, then giving me the oak tannins, right? And then back into a finish that is sweetness and spikiness, finishing finally in something that's like the tobacco notes. That's like, for me, is a great bourbon experience. This does that.
I almost get like the aftertaste is kind of like when you're drinking Coke, and after
Cola.
you get that, just like a bit of.
I'm not getting that right now, but I definitely get cola notes on bourbon sometimes.
No, it was a while after.
Like Grizzly Beast.
Like everything.
Like dun dun dun.
Yeah. Just the aftertaste.
Jeff, you didn't know we did live stuff? Well, listen, to be fair, Jeff, we haven't done lives in like a month because of the schedule. We were traveling and all this crazy stuff, but we try to do them every Wednesday night, and we're going to start having guests and stuff. We finally got our new equipment. We get Bonda Jr. out here to get the extra camera set up and everything, and we're gonna turn this up. Bruzel's doing game shows. We're gonna do a podcast style with guests. Everything is still gonna be the same, but then we're gonna add the guests and all that stuff too. So obviously, yeah, you guys, if you do not have a James E. Pepper, buy it locally. Find it on the bondedbottleshop.com. If you are a bourbon drinker, this is I forgot how good this is. This is a really good bottle of bourbon. I really like that. I would not be mad at that if that was the last bottle of bourbon I had to drink. Not the best thing we have. One last note on this, by the way, the Filibuster. I'm gonna give that a freaking buy. That I don't know how much this costs, but that's actually a good bottle. I'm quite surprised. I have to be honest. My level of expectation was kind of low.
No, I like it too.
Kind of low.
Brightness on it is nice.
I did start with what I'm sure is the best of the 3 bottles. So we'll see how it goes with the other 2.
I don't know. The other 2 are wax dipped, so.
Well, one is wax
Or
dipped,
one is.
but it's 5 years and 100 proof, and 5 barrels, 4 years and 90 proof. That must be the entry level offering. I'll have to look at the prices, because if this bottle is $300, I'm taking back what I said. It's probably not. It's probably not. Probably not. Anyway, I hate the ads on YouTube.
We'll have a little
Sorry, Joyce.
giveaway for that too.
For what? Oh, yeah, we're gonna give away some stuff related to the old
swag.
filibusters. Yeah, we got some swag. We're gonna give away the swag. James E. Pepper. Yeah, James E. Pepper. I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk about there, Mrs. Whiskey B? Oh, tomorrow I will be on the 6th. Let's do a proper promo. I'm terrible at this. This is awful. So tomorrow I will be on the 6th. I believe it is on Instagram. Bad X Bourbon here locally asked me to be on it. I don't know if any of you guys know about it. I don't know. I just show up and talk. They gave me an outline of what they're talking about. I won't be reading it.
Oh, look,
I like
Nate is
to
here.
wing this shit. Oh, hey! Thanks for showing up, Nate. By the way, the TikTok feed's not working, and some other stuff wasn't working too, but I figured that out. But we're good now, so it's good. We were streaming 2 lives at the same time on YouTube. I don't know how that happened, but I got that fixed also. So, yeah. Oh, Jeff, now that I'm here, question. Maybe someone has already asked, but do you think the Canadian rejected bottles are making it back to the States? I'm seeing better allocated bottles at my Sam's Club. Oh, that is a really good... What's up, Kenny? That is a really good point, actually, Jeff. I hadn't really thought about that, but only because I do not know what the actual import numbers look like for how much American bourbon is imported to Canada. I'm going to guess that it's enough that if they kick them back in the United States, that we would see better availability. Oops, I'll fix the TikTok stuff tomorrow. We were supposed to test it there, buddy, but we forgot to do that. So I winged it, and it worked. I mean, even the starting soon button works. So that worked. I just couldn't get the TikTok feed to work. But other than that, we're good. Everything's fine. It's fine. Listen, I will tell you, I walked into this is weird. This is weird. I never expected when I started getting into bourbon that this would happen to me. I did get it fixed. Thanks, Nate. I walked into the Total Wine locally. I don't know what I was after. Oh, I was buying my Oban 15 cask strength. You guys, if you like scotch, buy that freaking bottle. You're a dummy if you don't buy that bottle. It might be my scotch of the year. I think we still have it in the bottle shop. And I saw a table set up in the middle of the bourbon section with Eagle Rare and E.H. Taylor small batch. 30 bottles of each. I
for sale?
Didn't even cross my mind to buy one. Never thought that would happen. I was like, oh, look, E.H. Taylor and Eagle Rare.
How much were they?
Where's my Oban? Well, Eagle Rare is now $50.
Damn.
$49. Yeah, it's gone up. It's stupid. I mean, it's still a 10-year bourbon from Buffalo Trace. It's still worth the money. I just have it.
Yeah, but it used to be, what, like 30
$40.
something?
Yeah. E.H. Taylor was $60. That used to be $45. You're wrong, Buffalo Trace. But I get it. But I didn't even cross my mind. One, I saw them sitting there. There was a ton of them, which is weird. You don't see that very often. And I didn't cross my mind to buy one. It's just
I guess other people felt the same way you did.
They were stacked up there, middle of the day. I don't know. It's good and bad. I'm glad to see E.H. Taylor and Eagle Rare available because those are bottles that I think everybody should be able to have. They're fantastic. I still love them. I want to always have them. If I didn't have any, I'd have bought one. But it's also a little disappointing to see them sitting there because they've gone up in price so much, and that kind of sucks. But whatever, it is what it is. Everything's gone up in price. Thanks, Joe Biden. Those Canadian distributors already purchased them. They are camping on inventory.
Do that wrong. It's all Trump's fault.
Probably. The fact that they're not buying currently may have a positive impact on inventory for us. Chris, you're right. They would have already been sitting in distribution warehouses in Canada, but I'm sure there are, to Jeff's point, I'm sure there are inventories that were allocated to Canada or sitting in distribution warehouses here in the United States. They may have pivoted out into the United States someplace. I can tell you that a lot of... Kenny said, thanks, Obama. It's Obama's fault. Maybe Bush. I don't know. A lot of industries and products in general are holding. They're waiting. They're not doing anything. So it's possible that some of the distribution companies are just waiting to do nothing. Because the problem with whiskey is, unlike wine, they can just stockpile this shit and sit for 6 or 8 months, and they're not losing anything. They really don't have a lot to risk. The worst thing that could happen is the price goes up. Garrett, damn, I believe in you, Nate. I appreciate all the work. Yeah. In all seriousness, Nathan Bonda Jr. has done a lot of work here and done a great job. I have this really cool side screen here that you can't see. That puts all the comments up for me. We've got a great new computer. We've got this Stream Deck controller, which I have no idea what a Stream Deck is, but it works really cool. And we've got a microphone for Mrs. Whiskey Bonda that she can hear.
And I'm not echoing anymore.
Exactly. So he's done a great job, but he just missed a couple little things. No big deal. Whatever. It's working.
It's all about that pickleball life.
Yeah, I know that pickleball life. If I'd have offered him a new pickleball paddle, he'd have this shit dialed. We'd probably have Brad Pitt on right now.
I wonder if Carol was there tonight.
Oh
no, Carol will be there tomorrow night.
Well, Carol,
Nate, you and Carol
go see my
sit together.
Little inside joke there. Did you buy the Oban 15-year cask strength sherry cask finish scotch at Total Wine? You bet your sweet bippy I did there, Mike. That is a fantastic bottle of scotch. I love that bottle of scotch. I'm all about cask strength scotches in general. But that Oban 15, I'm letting it open a little bit. But it is very possible that becomes my Scotch of the year. I don't know what else I'm going to taste this year. But I need to blind it against the Bunnahabhain cask strength that I had from 2 years ago. But it's a good bottle of whiskey. $150. It's not cheap, but for 15-year cask strength, I mean, it's right in the realm of a Macallan Classic Cut. Not up there anymore. And the Macallan Classica does not have a 15-year age statement on it. So, Rick says, and we can hear her. Yeah, the second mic was a great idea. Anyway, yeah, if you guys are, what else should we talked about pretty much everything that I want to talk about tonight. What time is it? 8:11. I think we should go to 8:30. I mean, we haven't been gone for a while. 2 hours is not unreasonable.
About right.
I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again. Oban Sherry Cask Barrel Pick. No. Okay, Warhawk, hold on. Wish I had a helper that could grab me bottles. I could have asked. So Oban did a limited release, 15-year cask strength. It is finished in Oloroso sherry and Palo Cordato. This, if you're a Scotch drinker, let it focus.
Palo cortado.
Okay, boom. A little Polish for you ass. Yeah.
That's not
So,
Polish.
how do you say it? Palo cortado. Little roll the R. Like Antonio Banderas. Clear ice is a little
You
gimmicky.
said the wrong word at first. That's all. I was
Oh, my
just
bad.
correcting you.
Caleb says, JD Roberts says, is clear ice gimmicky? Yeah, I actually did a test video like early on where I put clear ice and non-clear ice. It's bullshit. Clear ice doesn't melt slower. It's bullshit. It just looks pretty.
It's very pretty, and I'm actually really excited because we are having an ice maker come our way.
Maybe. I might
Maybe if it ever arrives. No, I won't have to. I won't have to peel the thing off the round cubey thing.
Oh, yeah, an ice ball maker. I'm excited. Well, listen, cautiously optimistic. Hopefully it works really well.
I know.
I don't have much faith in ice ball makers. I hear that Oban is hitting Bond to Bottle Shop. I already put it on there, man. Where have you been? Did we sell out of it? It better still be there. Listen, I was so excited to get this. Did I not? I posted it. It's still there. You can still get this bottle of whiskey.
Which one?
The Oban.
Oh,
I did get a few bottles of the Oban 15 for the bottle shop. Not a lot, obviously, because, well, this is a limited release. But my Total Wine only got 2 bottles. We got more than that. So suck at Total Wine. Tom said, talk about the old Louisville pick available in the bottomlessbottleshop.com. Yes.
at least Tom is staying on task.
Our old Louisville double oaked, it says 7-year, but it is more like an 8-year double oaked bourbon at 120 proof and some change is an absolute banger.
Why don't you explain why we couldn't put 8-year on it?
Because he didn't have a TTB approval for 8 years. So it's just 7. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's extremely good. We tried a dozen things, and it's delicious. Absolutely delicious. Beautiful old Louisville bottle. I'm waiting for my bottle. Beautiful old Louisville bottle. Comes in the velvet bag with the embroidered old Louisville on it. It's not a sticker. It's embroidered in a black velvet bag. And it's only $99. It's ludicrous. You guys need to buy that. I haven't done official announcements, so here you go. Here's your, let me see that.
Well, this isn't ours.
No, here's your official announcement. The old Louisville double oaked bourbon is now available at bondandbottleshop.com. This is Colby's rye, which is also available. But I mean, you guys, the bottles are freaking ridiculous. I mean, how pretty is that? And then it comes in the velvet bottle, and it's a heavy.
And Colby is a part of Kitsap Whiskey.
Kitsap Whiskey Society, yes.
Some people don't know who Colby
No, yeah. This is Kitsap Whiskey Society's double oaked rye pick. These are both winter bottles. They're both $99. This bag is, I don't know if you can tell. It's so sick. This is, dude, Blanton's ain't got shit on this. This is a badass bottle. I'm sorry. Just
we have a couple of really good questions.
dope. Yeah. Please, questions.
What whiskey did you first fall in love with?
Middleton Very Rare. Irish whiskey Middleton Very Rare was the first one I fell in love with. I've told the story a few different times. Who asked that question? Roberts.
J.D. Roberts.
So you guys excuse me for the ones that have heard this story. Joanna and I went to Ireland, and we went to the Shelbourne Inn in Dublin, and there's a little bar in the back called the Horseshoe Bar. And you guys know this is true because you've heard me tell the story like 100 times. It's always the same. And when we were in the bar, there was a bartender in there that had an Irish accent, wearing a vest, properly dressed, bow tie, the whole friggin' thing. And I asked him to pour me. I was very early in whiskey, and I said, "Can you pour me the best Irish whiskey that you guys have in the bar?" And he poured me a 2017 Middleton Very Rare, and he told me the story as he's pouring it with the accent. I'm sipping on it. It's a fantastic whiskey, and I absolutely just that set off the whole whiskey thing for me in general. I came back and immediately went ham and decided making videos for some stupid ass reason. So that was my first whiskey love.
Of all the places you've done picks at, if you can say, what would be your favorite?
Oh, that's so hard because we've had a lot of fun with the picks. Oh God, I'm gonna say Old Louisville. So I've kind of torn between Old Louisville and Chicken Cock because we went to Circa with Chicken Cock. We went into Bardstown, in Old Bardstown, in this 200-year-old building. And we had this beautiful room. And Will Woodington is putting on the thing. And Will Woodington talks like this. He has this voice where he just talks. And you're going, oh, Will Woodington. He's on the new Chicken Cock videos, by the way. He's the guy doing that. So he's doing the single brand telling the story. He's got like jazz music playing. It was a whole vibe, right? And the pics were amazing. But with Old Louisville and Amin has this sense of hospitality. It's a warehouse with a beautiful showroom in the front. And then just a straight warehouse in the back where they do everything. Him and one other guy. Right?
And we got to throw whiskey on the floor.
We threw whiskey on the floor, 100%. And he just starts pouring. He's like, how many people do you want to bring for the tasting? Most distilleries are like, well, we can do 6 or 7. He's like, 18? Sure. Just bring everybody. Who cares? He sets up these tables and just starts pouring whiskey. He's like, do you guys want to do like 3 pours of one different thing? Or do we want to do like 19 pours of 9 different things? Whatever. And he just starts pouring shit. And we actually did it blind. So we did it blind. So we poured different things. Didn't tell us anything. We're like, we like this the best. He's like, okay, put that aside. Then we pour a few more. Now what do you like the best? No, okay, put that aside and we'll put these two against each other. And it was kind of this whole thing. And then he just was like, when we were done, he's like, is there anything else you want to taste of my warehouse? And literally just started thieving things and handing off the whiskey thief. And it was just, it was an incredible experience for everybody. And everything we tried was fantastic. Everything. So keep your eye on Old Louisville. Old Louisville is an absolute up and comer. Devin, just buy the Springbank. And Rick says, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. Name that movie. Okay. Garrett drinking Blanton Gold, feel bad to say, very meh. So Garrett now doesn't like Blanton's Gold or Russell's 13. Can we get a vote of the patrons? Do we kick Garrett out for being ridiculous? Listen, Blanton's Gold is delicious, but it's not the one that I would buy, and I think it's a little overpriced. Straight from the barrel is the only Blanton's that I would buy for $200. So just to tell you, I give you a hard time, but to tell you how I feel about it, the only bottle of Blanton's Gold I have is not open. I don't intend on opening it. I just wanted to have one to have it, by the way.
So are we getting bags with the picks?
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, the Old Louisville picks from both Kitsap Whiskey Society, the Double Oak Rye, and the Whiskey Bonded Pick Double Oak Bourbon come with the velvet bags. You guys just buy it. It's $99. I know everyone in this room has spent more than that on some ridiculous bullshit that wasn't that great and didn't come with a black velvet bag. I'm just saying. I mean, Garrett clearly spent at least $170 for a Blanton Gold that comes in a stupid box. And the bag that Blanton's Gold comes in, but it's not leather, and it's not as nice as embroidered as this. I'm just saying.
And aside from the nice bag, it really is good.
It really is a fantastic, yeah. It beat out 9 other things of all kinds. Yeah. Oh, yeah, guys, please. Kenny, please that makes a great point. You guys, please hit the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and do all that crazy stuff, because that is what it's going to take to get YouTube to give us more exposure on the YouTube live thing. We switched over from TikTok, which gave us thousands of viewers, to YouTube, which gives us a few hundred, in the hopes that we'll be able to build this YouTube thing up and build something out of it. But I need your guys' help on that, so please make sure that you liked that, share it with somebody, copy the link, and email it to yourself or whatever.
Rye to give as a gift.
Rye to give as a gift. Is that all the comments is? Rye to give as a gift.
Asking what rye would you give as a gift?
Well, listen, I'm kind of joking, but For
Beautiful bottle.
for $99, it's a fantastic double oak rye, and it comes in a really cool bag. I don't know that you're going to get a better presentation. It's 114 proof, and it's got everything you want out of a rye. Plus that double barrel influence gives you those vanilla and caramel notes. It's just a really beautiful rye. Amin over Old Louisville is an evil genius. Uh-oh. Tap didn't get one with the kids boycotting. Uh-oh. That old Luke could come in a paper bag and I'd still buy a case. One of my 7th grade students pulled out her makeup bag in class today. It was a Crown Royal bag. Bro. Wombat.
That's hilarious.
Where do you work at? That's pretty funny.
Wait, so Tap didn't get his bag?
No, I don't think that's... No, I think he's joking. Plus Tap was... No, I think he's joking. They should all come with bags. They're all supposed to come with bags. Oh, God. I love that bottle. Garrett said, better for the algorithm. Hit share and just copy the link.
Kenny, I'm just mad that I bought 2 bottles and then 5 days later I could have saved some on shipping.
Kenny, don't be salty. You just gotta text me, bro. Listen, when I drop the sales and stuff, sometimes, like lately, they've been in coordination with Kitsap, with Colby or Kitsap Whiskey Society. I don't do a ton of like sales or promotions. If I do one and you just bought something, I'm not saying I'm Costco, but just message me. We'll figure it out. So this Oban to me has got such a characteristic that is like that Macallan 18 that I love so much. Just those bold fruit notes from the sherry. And the proof turns it up just enough. I really like that. I now that I've revisited it, I have a feeling it's not going to be as good as the Bunnahabhain 12-year cask strength. That's a hell of a bottle of whiskey that won a Scotch of the Year 2 years ago. But I don't know. We're going to have to put it head to head. I love this bottle of whiskey, by the way. This is fantastic. To be fair, the Oban is cheaper. Or the Bunnahabhain is cheaper. Listen, you guys, I'm always going to try and take care of the boys, especially patrons. If that means giving you guys a little refund or a break on something or a free shipping code or something for the future because you missed out on something, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, see, I think Tap was joking about the boycotting, but he said he's not joking. The bottle has no sock.
Tap, you gotta send me. So you got a Kitsap whiskey rye. Did anybody else get a Kitsap whiskey rye and no bottle, no bag? That's not weird. I wonder why that's happening. Just for the record, I just ordered my bottle off of our shop. I don't like get a special delivery or anything. I just ordered it off the shop. They're supposed to come with the bag. So I wonder why you missed the bag. Tap, if you message me and remind me, I'm sure I can get a bean to send you a bag. Get your bag. Get your bag. Gotta have a bag. I know it's.
Tap, send us a note.
Yeah, it's Tap, please do, buddy. It's not a problem.
Tom said his came with the bag.
They're supposed to come with the bag, but I could see how they wouldn't. Uh-oh. Getting an error message on the internet.
We can still see you.
Okay, well, we won't worry about that then. If for some reason there's an issue, you guys just have to message me. There's great customer service from our fulfillment team, but you guys can always message me. I'd had a bag, but it was in person. Yeah, that's cheating. Tap, message me. I'll get you a bag, dude. Not a problem. But anyway, the bag is silly, just like the Blanton's bag. It just adds to the experience. You know, the velvety feel of it and the embroidery and such. If you're a Scotch fan, this is
use it for a makeup bag.
It's not shaped as well as the Crown Royal bags.
I know.
I would like to see somebody use a makeup bag, a Blanton's bag as a makeup bag.
That'd be cute.
Yeah, because they're kind of... Yeah, there you go. I'll give you one of the leather ones out of the straight from the barrel. Because they come with that... It's not real leather, I'm sure.
No, I'm sure not.
No.
That'd be... Yeah.
It's made out of the same craft that they make Louis Vuittons out of.
You mean Fouille Vuitton?
Fouille Latons, yeah. Fouille Latons. Dude, Tap just got screwed. Donta, thank you for buying Kitsap whiskey, but he says included a bag. Put some quarters in it and you have a decent blackjack. Yeah, Aaron just it got weird, man. It got dark. That's funny. Beat the shit out of somebody with an old Louisville bag full of quarters. Oh Lord, what did I start? Oh, a 375. Oh, I do have a 375 blend.
Did it come with a bag?
I believe that it does.
Oh, and you make a bag for Joanna.
So, I will confess, this is one of my weird tater purchases. I don't tater very much, but I do tater some, as evidenced by the little tiny blends, 50 mil up on the roof up there.
Garrett, always looking out.
Yeah, I know Garrett's always doing a great job. So yeah, holy crap, it does have a bag.
He takes pictures. He suggests making
I know.
bags.
Garrett would be a great wife. If we decide to be a throuple, he'd be a great sister wife. Garrett, I'm just throwing it out there. Not saying you're into that life, but if you ever decide to be...
Brother husband.
Yeah, brother husband. I'm
so
sorry.
Cute. Wait, where's the little one?
The little one's up here.
Oh, that was the best. Who sent that to us? That was the best gift. That
That
was
was
Burbo.
Burbo. Yeah. I'm sorry. This is okay. See if I can get to focus on that. Let's get my hand up there. This is the most ridiculous thing ever, and I freaking love it. Tiny horse, regular sized horse, tiny bottle. But yeah, it comes with a bag. It does come with a little 375 bag.
Let me see that.
Yeah, look, it's just enough for your.
So
there's a
cute.
blackjack for you. Here you go. I feel my Blanton's 375 didn't come with a bag. Ah, Pete, you. Joyce, listen.
Stitched.
The
That's
375s,
so cute.
I've only had one opportunity to buy a 375 Blanton's, and it's only because it's a store pick. Joyce, you're in our area. Check your local Rayleigh's. That's actually where I got mine, was Rayleigh's. I don't know if they still have any, but it wasn't that long ago I got this, so it's possible to get them. But yeah, I do. You guys,
Joyce, I go to Rayleigh's quite often. I'll keep an eye out for you, but
there you go.
I haven't seen them since we got that one.
For all the hate that Blanton's gets, it's a good single barrel. It's a really great bottle.
Well, that's
Maybe
right.
the
Joyce
best
is
bottle.
not in California.
Oh,
She doesn't have a Rayleigh's.
Did she know it?
Oregon? Wasn't she from Oregon? Joyce, are you in
Oregon.
Oregon?
Oh shit! Why did I think
Yeah.
Joyce? Oh, that's right. Joyce drove down.
Yeah.
Oh, never turn your back to the camera.
Oh, look at that show.
Jet. Okay, gotta help with the focus thing. Connor, put your hand behind whatever you're holding.
Yeah, that helps.
It's just a delay. That's all it is. We got a pretty badass camera that I only use for lives now, so it seems like a lot of money for no
Well, you
reason.
have to wait then and hold it up there longer than you think so that people can actually look at what you're showing because it takes it like 5 seconds to focus first.
Thank God we got the better camera so you can see all of the freaking age spots in my hand. All the wrinkles on my face. Thank God. Thank God for fucking resolution.
Why do you think I don't want to be on camera?
Yeah, but you look good.
Should have stayed with that crummy iPhone camera.
Owen just popped in. Did someone say Old Louisville? That's my Batman signal. He hasn't been. How did you do that? I'm looking back through the comments. There's no Owen. I put massive hands. Only if I hold them right in front of the camera. Everybody's got massive hands when they're close to the camera.
Oh, do you remember that episode of King of Queens when they painted a portrait and
His hands were freaking
made
like
her Carrie's hand like a mitt, like huge?
just in the foreground. That was terrible. Oh, Sammy Strongman just subscribed. Thanks, Sammy. Sammy hasn't made a comment. Sammy.
Aw,
comment,
Joyce,
buddy.
you're the sweetest. Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna get Mrs. Whiskey Bottle on camera at some point. I never seen a baby Blanton's look so small. To be fair, and Burbo's not right here right now because Burbo's Burboing out there somewhere. He's out there somewhere in the wilderness Burboing. That 50 mil Blanton's, I've never seen one.
Never.
Not in all the trying.
I've
you can't
searched
buy
for
them.
one since the beginning of this whole thing. We never see them around here.
So Burbo in the East Coast, on the East Coast somewhere, sent that to me. The only place I've ever seen them, you can buy them online, and they're as much as a full-size Blanton's, and I'm not doing that. That's just, I can't. It's ridiculous. Did you fill out SLB's Bourbon Madness bracket? Andy, I did not. Oh, is this a March Madness style bracket as to who's going to be the best? I'm assuming the SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. I like that guy. He's awesome. I've not met him yet, though. It's one of the few guys I haven't met. I'm sure he's doing a March Madness style and then trying through them himself in tournament style bracket to see who would win. Andy, is that what that is? I'm assuming. I don't. So one of the things that is one of my weird personality traits is if I feel like everybody's doing something, I specifically won't do it, even if it's a good idea. I just don't. I don't know. I weird out on stuff like that. Oh yeah, blind tournament. I don't have the attention span for blind tournament. I'm with you though. That is awesome. It would be cool to do a blind tournament, and I do have an idea. Shout out to Garrett, by the way, for the ideas. I am gonna set up a running top 5. Like for the month or the quarter, something that we're gonna reset. So we're gonna find a place in here to put up. So I try the bottles. Like right now, I would say if we're gonna rank these bad boy, I'd put the Filibuster first. I'd put the Solera second. I'd put the Penelope 4 gram wheat third. And then as we try things that are better, we knock them off the pedestal, and something else would go in the top 5, and we'll have a running top 5 for a month or the quarters. I'm not sure about the time frame, but it'd be kind of cool. So I may put it up here someplace where we can reference it kind of quickly, and we'll see. But the full bracket, that would be really cool to do. But that is a serious time commitment and attention span commitment that frankly I don't have. Oh look, our dog's here. I don't have a great attention span for things like that. But very, very cool, by the way. Oh, what's up, Stereo? Okay, so you guys, it is now 8:30. I think we're gonna try and wrap this up real quick. I've not tried Penelope marshmallow toast. If I want to drink a great whiskey with a marshmallow tasting note, I'm gonna drink our Rye 3 whiskey bonded toasted pick. I love that bottle. By the way.
Have the Penelope marshmallow or whatever?
No, I do not.
I don't think I've seen it.
No, we've not seen that anywhere. I'd have to get it from somebody. Oh, Kenny has one. I could murder some marshmallow toast, Dawn. Oh, I do have the. So, I did get a message today. Here's what's coming. We're actually going to be being able to review the Evernorth, a couple of Evernorth releases from the Bourbon Junkies. So I actually spent some time with Brandon, part of the Bourbon Junkies team, and Sean from the Bourbon Junkies when we were in Kentucky, and struck it up with them a little bit, building a little relationship, having to talk with them, talking about a single barrel. That would be very cool, maybe. But in the meantime, we're going to get some Evernorth spirits from the Bourbon Junkies, and we're going to do some review on those, and I'm actually looking forward to that a lot. So I'm a fan of the Bourbon Junkies. I was watching them before we started making content. I really like what they do. I love their banter. They're very, very knowledgeable. And now they started their own whiskey brand, Source whiskey brand.
You didn't fanboy too much in Kentucky?
Nah. Sean was a total geek. I liked him for that though. Total car geek, total dork, right up my alley.
Well, that's right. You guys talk cars.
Yeah, right up my alley. No, really, really cool guy. Dan was not there, but yeah, they're great guys. I've talked to them before by email and stuff anyway, but I trust that they know what they're doing, so I'm expecting those bottles to be really good. I'm trying not to get my expectation too high because all I'm going to do is disappoint myself if it is. But I think it's going to be good. Still waiting for the whiskey bonded private release of what? Oh, I have teased that we might do a whiskey bonded private release of the Rye 3. We may or may not have a private reserve of the whiskey bonded Rye 3. We'll see about that. That's going to be a Patreon thing. So if you want to get your hands on one of the original whiskey bonded single barrel pick that is absolutely a crusher, by the way, it really is good. I've revisited it. We did a really good job on the first one. You have to be a patron. That's to come. Why doesn't Blanton's make ryes? It's a great question because Buffalo Trace is the king of marketing, and they only make rye under the Van Winkle and E.H. Taylor labels. The E.H. Taylor, I will confess something. The E.H. Taylor straight rye, love it. E.H. Taylor barrel proof rye, really hard to get a hold of. I heard it wasn't that great. I was going to be disappointed. I didn't open it. The E.H. Taylor barrel proof rye is actually really, really good. Yeah. Okay. I think we're going to wrap it. Crazy how that made it around, and yet you didn't tell me about the Rye 3. Because there's no official news. I was just talking, Owen. You guys know how it is. I spit shit out.
Wishful thinking at this point.
Okay, I want to do the Junkies pick. Yeah, she gets Mike, see you later. All right, brother, have a good time. Yeah, we'll see you later on the Discord. You guys, patrons, head over to the Discord, do the Discord live after party. Yeah, we're going to do that Junkies pick at some point. We're going to do the Evernorth Spirit thing. I just haven't worked that out just yet. Yeah, Aaron, we were just talking to somebody about Corbin Cash today. I'm going to revisit Corbin Cash, and we're going to do that at some point, too. A lot of things in the pipeline, but nothing official yet, so I'm just talking out the side of my mouth right now. If you get a chance, if you like single malts, grab that. You guys just check out bondedbottleshop.com. Please
You know what they say, Conrad?
What's that?
Speak it into existence.
I do speak it into existence. I say ridiculous stuff. I'm going to do it right now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with somebody, guys. Please share this with somebody. It's really important that you guys tell somebody about this as we try to build this whole YouTube thing. Yes, I know you can only hit the like button once, so unlike the TikTok we can. We'll be back on the TikTok live stream probably next week. And hopefully, next week, we're going to have a guest. Nobody famous. It'll be a patron or maybe Bonda Jr. We're going to get the other camera rolling or get the Discord rolling and hopefully have somebody in here. I really want to do that. I'm looking forward to that. Exclusive Whiskey Bonded Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon pick. Your lips to Dan Garrison's ears, sir.
I'll be the first to line up for that one.
You're gonna have some good stuff.
I'm just gonna call Dan and just make it happen. Okay.
We'll do that.
We're buddies.
And last thing I will tell you, by the way, on that subject, you guys, this is inside tracked information right now. Garrison Brothers is changing their single barrel program and tightening up a little bit. Yeah, walk the damn dog already. So there's so many inside jokes going on. It's so funny.
I mean, Garrett's just looking out for everybody in this household.
Yeah. You'd have to open your 10th anniversary, Miss Whiskey Bonded.
I can't do it. I cannot do it.
Yeah. Is it
That
behind
is
me there?
my prize and joy.
It is behind me.
Yeah. Sitting right up there, just staring down at me.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We do have a few sentimental bottles. I'm not a collector, but we have a few sentimental bottles. Oh, Rick says make it a Garrison Brothers rye. Dude, I still have not. If anybody has a bead on the Garrison Brothers rye, the green freaking dipped bottle, I want one of those damn things, please. And I don't mean unicorn auctions. I know. But if anybody knows or sees or heard of, please investigate and message me. I want one of the Garrison Brothers green dipped high rise, big time. Okay, we're gonna call it. You guys, I don't think we don't have anything next week. We will be back next week. The schedule is pretty clear right now, so we'll be back next week for live on Wednesday, 6:30. Hopefully with all the available functions of the new Whiskey Bonded live streaming setup. If not, we will then talk crap on Nathan again and blame him. So, listen, Owen, if you want to buy it on Unicorn Auctions and send it to me, that's great. But the last time I saw a high rye go to Unicorn Auctions, it went for a ridiculous price. And I'm just hoping the greater power of all of the fantastic people here right now just somehow finds one. I don't know how that's going to work. It's a ridiculous wish, but I did win the lottery this week. So stranger things have happened. I did win the lottery.
Don't ask how much.
$4. But I won. It doesn't matter. I won. I got the Powerball mega number. I'm like, we're rich. And I flipped off my boss and flipped over my desk and said I quit. And then I realized the mega number is not valuable unless you get all the other numbers. Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll talk about that later. All right, you guys, off to the Discord patrons. We're going to go walk the dog as we always do. And we'll see you guys here next week. We will be here next week.
Are you sure?